And unless they repent, come back to the Lord and say commandments, they are destined for the 2/3. So we have to come out of the ways of this world. The Most High said, "What? This is not our rest."
Check. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to take in the folly and the buffoonery of these men. But you know what time we're living in. You know what I mean? It's war time. It's nation time. So what you say last days, kind. So we expect that if we gonna come together, guess what else gonna come together? If the righteous gonna come together, who else gonna come together? The wicked. So you could expect the wicked to make a grand stand in these last days. But it's not going to help them. It's not going to prevent anything. Just like the Most High exalted Pharaoh just to bring him down, they shall exalt themselves. They shall be exalted. The wicked is going to be on high just to be brought down. Okay, so we see them elevating. We see them coming together in the midst of no mention of righteousness, no mention of the Father. Good. This way they can't have no excuse in their day of judgment. All right, there's no excuse. There's no need for mercy. All right, mercy will not be given that day, but judgment. Okay, so we're looking forward to our salvation. The portion for today is we're going into Noah. Okay, and learning of our beginnings, right? Which is crucial that we learn about. It's crucial that we learn of our beginnings. So we'll be learning about beginnings today. Gotta make sure that we muted all our phones and stuff, so we can learn the spirit. So we're gonna get Colossians, read verse 17, and the Noah portion is Genesis 6:9 to 11:32. Genesis 6:9 to 11:32.
Colossians 3:17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all Bahasham, Hamashek Yahushai, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by him, Bahasham, Hamashek Yahushai, the one at Yad, Aman.
All right, giving all praises, all thanks, all blessings to Yahweh, Bahashem Hamashiach Yahushai, in the name of the anointed Savior, the one whom Yahweh has set up to be Lord and Governor and King and Savior of his people. I think that my tablet is ringing every time somebody comes on to log into our live stream. So let me see if I can correct that real quick. All right. All right. Hopefully it stops. All right. So understanding our history. Let's get, before we get into it, let's get Jeremiah 6:16.
Jeremiah 6:16. Jeremiah 6:16. Thus saith the Most High, stand ye in the ways and see.
Right?
And ask for the old paths.
And for what?
The old paths.
Why? Because we know these new ways, these new doctrines, these new ideas, these new actions are no good. But the Father said, ask for the old way. how we used to do it. How did our parents do it? How did our parents' parents do it? How did our forefathers do it? We need to search out those ways and bring those things back. Because in those days we were closer to Yah. As generations go on, we move further and further away from our power. Right? But the Father has turned the tails. He has woken us up to have us go right back to the beginning so that we could then learn the things or be reminded of the things that we once knew. Read on.
And as for the old paths, where's the good way? And walk therein.
And walk therein. Okay. Once you find that way, follow it. It makes no sense. You searching out all this history, like a lot of our people do. We got our history buffs, right? And there's nothing that you obtain or nothing you change about the way you're conducting yourself today. These things are not written just for our entertainment. Why were they written for our what? What scripture is that? Romans what? That's right, Romans 15 verse 4. These things are written for our learning. So once you learn something, you're supposed to what? Once you learn better, you're supposed to what? Do better. So as we go into our Torah, as we go into the writings of our elders, and we visit them, learn something. Take something away from these portions. Let it change something about you. Let it change either the way you think, which is going to change the way you act, or change the way you move, or change what you thought, so you can change your actions according to it. Anybody understand that? No. Or else we're just entertaining each other, right? It could be church. We could be clapping, singing, you know what I mean? You could moonwalking, break dancing, right? A lot more entertaining than me sitting here, right? You have to apply what you learn. A lot of times, the history we get, the knowledge we get, gives us more, how can you say, it just makes it more fervent, makes our stance firmer, right? Because one time you may have known something was right, but the more proof you get, the more you feel what? You get more stable. Give me that. Give me Isaiah 33 and verse 6.
Isaiah 33 and 6. Isaiah 33 verse 6. And wisdom,
right,
and knowledge,
come on,
shall be the stability.
Shall be the what?
The stability of thy time.
Right. So we go over these Noah. We go over the beginning, right? So you're stable. Right. Right. Come on up. Come on up. I'm gonna put all the questions on you too.
Well, actually,
that you stable.
Actually, the whole back row should be pushed up forward.
Mm-hmm. You're stable.
Right. When you go to the concert, you don't go sit in the back.
I think those are called the cheap seats.
Right.
Right. It's right. Seats up front, you gotta pay extra.
Right. Isn't that beautiful? In the sanctuary of the Most High, the front seats are free.
Right.
Right. If you go to Jay-Z concert or any, you got to pay top dollar for those front seats.
I think the sisters is like, you're not looking at us.
Yeah.
So we just gonna be
quiet. That was a manly thing.
We're gonna be real quiet.
It doesn't apply to us.
It doesn't apply to us. We're talking to the men. There's a men thing. It has nothing to do with us. We ain't gotta move up. Brothers gotta move up. Oh boy, you can't. Israel is a wonderful, peculiar treasure. Most I call us. All right, let's get it. Let's get Genesis 6 and verse 9.
Genesis 6 verse 9. These are the generation of Noah.
Huh?
Noah was a just man.
He was a what?
A just man.
Noah was a just man. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man. What does that mean about Noah? What was what it was about? What is that saying about Noah? He kept the commandments, right? He kept the commandments. Hold on, give me Zechariah 7:9. Just judgment.
Zechariah 7, verse 9. Zechariah 7 and 9. Thus speaketh the Most High of hosts, saying, execute true judgment,
right,
and show mercy and compassion every man to his brother.
Everything, but he executed true judgment, right? He was a just man, right? He was a one to follow the commands he was given. Now, what laws did Noah have? Because a lot of people will say we follow, you hear this all the time, oh, you following the Mosaic law, right? Oh, you guys following the Mosaic law, right? As if the law started with Moses. If the law started with Moses, then what law was Noah following? Because he said he was a just man. What would make him just? What does the word just mean? Huh? It means right, right? Upright, it also means right, right? It means right, correct, right? He was a correct man. He did things the right way, the correct way. Give me Leviticus 19:36, 36, sorry, 1936. Leviticus 19:36.
Leviticus 19 and 36.
Come on.
Leviticus 19, verse 36. Just balances,
Read.
just weights, a just ephah, and a just hin shall ye have. I am Yahweh, your power, which brought you out of the land of Egypt.
So what do you say here? Is it an upright ephah, upright hin? What's a hin? It's a unit of measurement, right? It's not a bird, right? It's a unit of measurement. An ephah, a unit of measurement. A weight is something how you measure things, how heavy it is, right? The balance, right? That's a scale. Your scale got to start right. Your scale got to be just. Before you put anything on your scale, it's supposed to sit just, meaning that it's supposed to be even. And then when you add something to it, it'll show the weight, right? Now, people play around with magnets and stuff. They want to trick the scale on you. Just when you thought it was supposed to be that weight, hey, why is it coming out lighter or coming out heavier, right? Because that's an unjust weight. It's unjust, but it's not right. It's not correct. So Noah was right and correct in his generation, okay? There was some in his generation that was not right and correct, right? Right? We understand, we read about that there was some that was corrupted, right? We just read about it, what was that? Just in the same chapter. I guess 6 and 2. Sorry, 6 and 2. Or go 6 and 5. We're right to the point.
Genesis?
Yeah, Genesis, same chapter.
Genesis 6, verse 5.
Yeah, sorry.
And the power saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth.
Right. So the Father saw the wickedness of mankind was great in the earth at this time. Right? But Noah was a right man, a just man in his generation. When all that wickedness was going on, he was right. He wasn't going with them. How did he know what was the right thing to do? Did Noah converse with Adam? I don't know. Talk to me. All right. What's the lineage? Go back. We'll go back a little bit so we could just know where we at. Go to Genesis 5 and 18.
Genesis 5, verse 18. Genesis 5 and 18. And Jared lived 162 years, and he begat Enoch. And Jared lived after he begat Enoch 800 years, and begat the sons and daughters.
Yeah, matter of fact, jump down to 23.
23. And all the days of Enoch were 365 years.
Right.
And Enoch walked with the Most High.
And Enoch what?
Walked with the powers.
Right. So Enoch walked with the Most High God. Right. Meaning that what? He walked the way the Father would have you walk. He was righteous. Okay. Read on.
And he was not, for the powers took him.
Right. And then he was not. Why? Because the powers took him. Meaning that he passed on. Went back to the Father. Read on.
And Methuselah lived 187 years and begat Lamech.
Right, and begat Lamech. Let's jump down. Jump down to 31.
And all the days of Lamech was 777 years.
Right.
And he died.
Right.
And Noah was 500 years old. And Noah begat Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
Right, so this is the lineage of Noah. Okay, Noah comes out of Lamech. Lamech come out of Enoch, right? Or Lamech come out of Methuselah, which comes out of Enoch, right? This is the righteous generation. So we know that what? Noah was born and taught righteousness from his forefathers. Noah was keeping the Sabbath day. Okay. How do we know Noah was keeping the Sabbath? When was the Sabbath day established? In the garden. On what day? On the seventh day. Right. It was in the garden on the seventh day. And the Most High established the Sabbath. So Adam was keeping the Sabbath. And Adam passed the Sabbath on to his lineage. To those that would what? Want to do according to what is right. Right? Sons of Seth. Even before Seth, Abel did what was right in the sight of the Most High God. Right? Because his offering was what? Was righteous. But what? Cain's offering was what? Why was Cain's offering wicked? Who remembers? It wasn't the first. So that tells you what? They had laws. Right? When you give an offering of the flock, what do you do with that offering? How do you give an offering of the flock? Huh? But how do you give it? What do you do? Okay, you get the best. I got the best of my flock. I got this sheep, clean, right, ready. What do I do with it? No spots. What do I do with it? Do I what? You sacrifice it. That's how offering was given to the Most High. Everybody understand that? According to Torah, how did we give offerings? All right, we got where my Levites at? How did you get your offering? What did you do with your offering? All right. After they brought the offering to the temple, what did you do with it? The first thing you did with it is what? The first thing you do with it is what?
When they bring their offering,
right.
We inspect it.
And then
after that, we put it to death and send it to the Most High.
How you send it to the Most High?
Sacrifice it on the altar.
You sacrifice it on the what?
On the altar.
Right. What altar? What's happening on the altar? Like on a table?
No, stone altar.
A stone altar? Almost.
Burn it.
You burn it. That's why you sit in the front today. Right? That's why you sit in the front today. You gotta look at the whole process. You take the offering is given, it's sacrifice. If there's when we had the priest, but even when we didn't have the priest, when you had um, Abraham, right? He went to go sacrifice his son. Well, he got a sharp sword, and he was going up to put him on a stone, and what? First, kill him, and then burn him. So the offerings were the same, was dealt the same way. Nothing changed. They had these laws of offering, but you'd have to get the best and bring it to the Father, and it had to be sacrificed and placed upon the altar, right? And it had to be burnt to the Most High God. Okay, so we had all these laws already. We had the Sabbath. We were doing sacrifices. We have evidence of these things. Okay, we have evidence.
Just to go back to the story of Cain, what question was posed to Cain that gave you idea that he had instruction? There was a question that was posed to him. What was the question posed to him? Huh? No. What question was posed to Cain that gives you the idea that he knew right or
from
wrong?
Right.
Huh? No.
He said, if thou doest well, shalt thou...
Read that again.
If thou doest well,
come on,
shalt thou not be accepted?
Right. He said, if thou doest well, right? If you follow the blueprint, right, you're gonna get what's prosperous to you. That's the righteous thing to do. So that's the question that gives you a hint that he knew right from wrong. Okay, but he just decided to do what he wanted to do. But he had the instruction. So that's how we knew that he had the idea. He knew right from wrong. Okay, but he just decided to be disobedient.
He chose evil.
Correct.
And his generations after continued it. Okay, so let's get back to where we at now. So 6, just so we understand what it means by he was a just man in his generation, meaning that there was a lot of wickedness in the earth at the time of Noah. Just like there's a lot of wickedness in the earth right now, correct? He didn't use that wickedness as an excuse not to do the will of the Most High. He still was a just man in the midst of all the evil that was going on in the earth. Read.
We had Genesis 6 and
6 and 9 again.
6 and 9 again. These are the generation of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generation.
Perfect in his generation. Read on. And
Noah walked with the powers.
Wait, Noah walked with the power. Where did he learn to walk with the power from? Who? Enoch, right? He walked with the Father like Enoch did. You see? He's passing on the generational righteousness. Okay? He said he was perfect. What would make you perfect? Let's get it. Get Psalms 7. 19:7. 19:7.
Psalms 19, verse 7. Psalms 19 and 7. The law of the Most High is perfect.
The law of the Father is perfect. Read.
Converting the soul.
Doing what?
Converting the soul.
What does that mean? The eighth to convert your soul. What does that mean? The eighth?
I guess you turn back from
Turn back from your what?
you convert, you change.
There it is. That's the word. That's how you explain that. You change, right? You change. Okay? It changes your life. You were doing things a certain way. You don't do it that way no more. Why you don't do it that way? Because the law changed me. I didn't just read it and learn it and understand it, but I allowed it to change me. Read on.
The law of Yah is perfect, converting the soul.
Come on.
The testimony of Yah is sure,
right?
Making wise the simple.
Come on.
The statute of the Most High are right, rejoicing the heart.
Come on.
The commandments of Yah is pure, enlightening the eyes.
Right. Is it doing all that for you? You gotta ask yourself, is the Lord doing all that for me? Is it making me is my eyes enlightened? Am I noticing things I didn't notice before? Right? Is it make you glad? Right? You gotta search your spirit and see if the Lord is doing that since the Lord has come to your life. But a lot of these churches, a lot of these religions say, oh, don't keep the law. The law is gonna hold you down. Did the law hold you down? Did it oppress you? You should have found comfort in the law. I know I found comfort in it. Right? You should have found confidence in the law. Because the Spirit of the Most High dwells within problems. People want to wrestle with the law. All right? Now you're going to have some issues with judgment. But if you don't wrestle with it, you let it guide you, it'll be the filter to your life. Right? You know, you eat that purified water. Right? All the water look the same, but you want that purified water. Make sure there ain't too many impurities in it. Right? That's what the law is going to do. It's going to purify your way. Read on.
The fear of Yah is clean, enduring forever.
Uh-huh.
The judgments of Yah are true and righteous altogether.
All right, so let's go back to Genesis. So he was perfect. Who else was perfect in Scripture? Right? Job was perfect. Why was Job considered perfect? What did the Bible say about it? Let's look at that. Let's make a comparison with Job real quick. Why did the Bible say Job was perfect? We're searching the scriptures because we're learning more about Noah as we see the parallels to the words that are given to describe Noah. Okay? Job 1:1.
Job 1 verse 1. There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job.
Right?
And that man was perfect and upright and one that feared the powers and eschewed evil.
Right. So he was upright, he feared Yahweh, and he eschewed evil. What does that mean to eschew evil? What does that mean? He rejected it. He rejected wickedness. Okay? He didn't make excuses for it. He rejected it. Sin, he ain't with it. All right, read.
We don't.
Okay, you don't go back. Let's go back to Noah. Okay.
Genesis 6 verse 10.
Right.
And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
Mm-hmm.
The earth also was corrupt before the powers, and the earth was filled with violence.
Right. So let's look at Shem, Ham, and Japheth. What do these 3 words mean? Look at the Bible dictionary. It's very important you understand what these words mean as you move forward in prophecy and things like that. So the meaning of their names are important. Okay? You'll see. Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Let's first do Shem. What does Shem mean? The BLB.
Shem. Name, fame. Second son of Noah and the progenitor of the Shemitic race, was born 98 years before the flood and lived 600 years, outliving his descendants for 9 generations, excepting Eber and Abraham. So Shem, name, fame.
Name and what?
Fame.
Fame. We know, right? Let's look at it. Let's expound on that real quick. He's going to pull up on the screen the BLP, and Got it expounded there?
Here it is, Shem.
All right, Shem. Right?
Name.
Right? Name. Okay. It says Shem, the same as name, Shem, the son of Noah. Right? So it basically gives you the same context that the Bible dictionary tells us. Right? Go down some. Okay. All right, so Shem. Actually, we say Shem because that's the way it's written in our Bible. But if you see the lettering, it's a Shah and a Ma. A Shah and a Ma. So we say in the ancient Shem. Can everybody say Shem?
Shem.
All right, so we got Shem. Now let's get Ham.
Ham, perhaps Hot, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8 persons that lived through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes.
Not the who?
Not the Negroes.
So Ham, right, as you can see up there, is a Cha and a Ma, right? Let's see, a Cha and a Ma. Ham, right? Ham now means hot, right? Second son of Noah, father of Canaan, right? He's a progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes. So not you all, even though you are dark as well, Ham is not your father. Everybody understand that? Okay. You have proof in it. You go into the Bible dictionary, understanding the word hum or Ham. We are not of Ham. All right. Let's go to Japhet now, or Japhet in your Bible.
Read the rest of it, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Not the Negroes,
Right.
but the Egyptians.
But the what?
The Egyptians.
The Egyptians, the people, the original people, Nefertiti, all the people, the Egyptians, right? They were Hamitic. They were from Ham, right? Read on.
Ethiopians.
Ethiopians, right? Everybody, it's real popular amongst our people. You know what I mean? They want to call themselves Rastafari. They want to look towards Ethiopia. Right? They expand the word, make it sound like it's more grand than it is. Right?
Revelation 5.
Yeah, Revelations 5 and 5. You know what I mean? They want to look upon Selassie, the first and the third, or whatever he's supposed to be. Right? That's not our people. That is descendants of Ham. Right? Read on.
Libyans.
Libyans, right? You know that area, Libya, even to this day. Read.
And Canaanites.
And the Canaanites, South Africans, right? The Sahara, sub-Saharan, people that dwell, Kush. You later on will notice there's Kush down there. All right, that's Ham. Why do they call Ham? Why do you think they would call Ham or hot? They're what? They were going to inherit a land that was what? Hot. Okay? Majority of the continent is very warm. Very warm. Majority of the continent, you have desert lands in that continent. That's a hot place, Africa. You know when it's real hot, people say, man, it's like hot. It's like Africa hot out here. Right? Everybody know how hot it is over there. They even been there, they know it's hot over there. It just look hot over there. Right? So their name is Hot, Hum. Right? So it goes along with where they ended up, or where the land that the Father gave on to them. Because this is not, they just end up there. The Most High put them there. Okay. So now we have Shem, we have Ham. Let's get the next brother.
Japhet.
Japhet. Let's say Japhet, bro.
Japhet. The powers will enlarge.
The powers will enlarge. Hold on. Japhet opened is what they give us in the blue letter. Opened or expansion. All right. Go down a little bit more. Let me get some more right there. Open expansion. Also, his prosperity. Right. Yafet. See, in times past, it was taught incorrectly. That meant beautiful. Yafet never meant beautiful. All right. Go to the root word of Yafet. Go up, go back up. And let's get the root word.
Son of Noah, had 7 sons. Descendants occupied isles of Gentiles, blessed by Noah.
Yeah, the root word. All right, so the root word is to what? Entice, deceive, persuade, flatter, allure, enlarge, right? Silly one, silly, right? These are the meanings of the root word of Yafet. Okay. To be deceived or deceiver, seduce, all right? Because this is what Yafet went and did. Okay. Yafet is one of the sons that spread over vast lands. Was somebody trying to come in? Send a brother out, one of the security.
Might be somebody that invited you.
You heard? Marshall?
Yeah.
Send a security out. Yeah. All right. Read. So what we have here, more meaning, more understanding of Japhet. Japhet spread, right, through Europe. Go ahead. Right. Right. A lot of people do, so that's common, right? Because a lot of people, every time they see people who certain, they say, "Oh, that's Esau." It's easy to say that's Esau, but they're not all Esau. All right. Esau is a particular. There's a lineage of Esau. There's dukes of Esau. When we go into Esau's history, we're gonna see who Esau is. Right now, we're gonna talk about Yafet. Right now, Esau don't exist, right? Because we did it with Shem, Ham, and Yafet. When we get to Esau, then we'll know where he comes in. Right?
So did Japhet look like the Edomites, or did they look more like us?
Yafet, of course, everybody came out with hue to their skin, brownness to their skin, right? We all wear brownness, everybody, right? Everybody.
I know I saw a video that Edomite was mine.
Right.
Because I saw a video of an Edomite trying to explain the same thing you're explaining, and he said Japhet was white.
Right. Now, I'm explaining something to you. Just as you look upon our people, and we come different shades, right? Today, Yafet can pass for a white person, right? Because a lot of times Esau is not that vast and great of a people that all those people are Esau, right? That in Europe and Sweden and in Norway and Turkey. When you start to look, and you're going to be able to see the difference. As we go into it, you're going to be able to see it. I'm not going to have to tell you. You're going to know the difference between Yafet and Esau. Because not everyone that have that light skin look the same. I'm talking about feature-wise. Facial feature-wise. Because it's different. It's more than just the color of your skin. We got to look beyond that. Okay? The color of your skin cannot just determine your nation. All right? You got to see the prophecy of Esau to know where Esau is and what he's doing. Because he followed his prophecy to the T, right? But everyone that is light in hue and in skin is not Esau, all right? You will learn,
So
right?
like the characteristics, the way they act, the way
Right. You're going to go to a certain Turkey. You're going to go to, you're going to see their history. I'm going to say that. We're going to go through history. You're going to see their history, where they ended up. And then you're going to know who's Yafet. But Yafet first was all in Europe before Esau got there. Okay? That was their land. Shem was in Asia and the Middle East. And Ham was in Africa. This is how they originally were separated or spread out. right? Not till Esau went on his conquest, he conquered all of just about all of Japhet, right? Shem and Ham, right? Esau put his foot on everybody, but we're gonna get into that history, right? But understand that Ham now that Shem expanded, a deceiver. But be careful with that, because he too was a deceiver. Japhet did a lot of wickedness on the earth too, and you're gonna see that. Okay,
So he was like Esau.
he's wicked, right?
So he is like
Well, Ham wicked too. Yeah. Right? So we're gonna see everybody's wicked. There's one nation that the Most High chose. A lot of time we concentrate. What I'm trying to show you is we concentrate so much on Esau, we let everybody else slide by. Right? Nobody's gonna slide. All the Gohim is wicked. Okay? He chose one nation. Right? One Goy, which is Yasharallah. Right? That's it. All of them did wicked on the earth. Esau is the top of all the wicked. He's the ambassador of all the wicked. But they're all wicked. Everybody understand that? So let us, I know we concentrate on Esau. Look at that Esau. Look at that Esau. Slow down. Everybody that's white is not Esau. Not that it matters, because they all are Gohim, right? And they're all going to get judgment, but we just got to be correct. We got to be just in our speech. We got to make sure we saying the right thing. So we got to learn who's who and what's what. That's all. All right. So let's go back to the portion. We got the names of the three sons, and we're going to see where they was sent in this portion actually. So let's read.
Genesis 6:11. The earth was also corrupt before the powers, and the earth was filled with violence.
Right. So the earth was corrupt, full with violence, people killing one another. Right? Death. What brings forth death? Sin, right? For the wages of sin is what? Right. Go write it down. It's Romans 6, verse 23. All right, read on.
The powers looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth.
Right. Now, some people say, oh, look, the man was corrupt because they dealt with, angelic beings and corrupted the flesh. It said man corrupted his way. The corruptness of man was in their actions, not in their flesh. Not physically corrupted, but they were corrupted in their actions. No one wanted to follow after the ways of righteousness. Read.
And the power said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make thee an ark of gopher wood. Room shalt thou make in the ark, and shalt pitch it within and without with pitch. And this is the fashion which thou shalt make it of. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, and the breadth of it 50 cubits.
So let's look at that. Let's so we can get a mental picture. 300 cubits. What would that be in feet? How much is a cubit when it comes to feet? Huh? Approximately, of course. Don't jump ahead. How much is huh? About the length of your longest finger to your elbow is a cubit. About how long is that? About what? About a foot and a half. You can say a foot and a half. That'd be a good way of a good thing, because unless you're a basketball player, it's 2 feet, right? But so we're going 1.5 times what? 300? How much? 450 feet. Right? 450 feet is how much yards? Because everybody keeps talking about football fields. How many yards? Right? It's 3 feet in a yard, right? A yard is approximately 3 feet.
150 yards.
So divided by 3, right? 150 yards, right? So then you got what? A football field, because I keep saying football field, and a half. Right. A football field is 100 yards, but actually 120 yards if you count the end zone, right? And then another 30 yards.
Technical.
Really be technical, right? So it's about the size of a football stadium, right? It's literally a football stadium floating. It's going to be floating in the water. So you see the stadium. You seen what is it called now? Hard Rock. It's called now, I think. Right. It's called Hard Rock. I don't know how big he built it. I didn't look it up yet.
They said they spent years to make it the exact same size as it is according to the scriptures.
Okay.
It's pretty big. It's on YouTube.
Okay. It's on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll take a look at that later. Right? But he should have built it, if he built it correctly, about 150 yards, right? In length. And how was the width? 50 cubits. So you can do the same math. And you're realizing that what? How wide is it?
In the height of it, 30 cubits.
In the height, 30 cubits. So all in all, it's about the size of a football stadium, right? Now, a football stadium can seat quite a bit of people. Right? So I understand that there was rooms and it was set up like a boat, like a ship, but that was about the size of it, like a cruise ship. Remember these cruise ships having 3,000, 4,000 people on the boat, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of rooms, right? Yeah. Let's read.
16 verse. A window shalt thou make to the ark, and in a cubit shalt thou finish it above. And the door of the ark shalt thou set in the side thereof, with lower, second, and third story shalt thou make it. And behold, I, even I, do bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh, wherein it is the breath of life.
Come on.
From under heaven, and everything that is as in the earth shall die.
Right.
But with thee will I establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons, and thy wife, and thy sons' wives with thee. And of every living thing of flesh, 2 of every sort shalt thou bring into the ark.
2 of every sort shall I bring in the ark. So he said, I'm going to make a covenant with you. I'm going to make a deal. I'm going to make a pact with you. With you, Noah, I'm going to start over life. Man's life with you, Noah. Okay. So Noah is a very significant person in our history. The father. The righteousness of Noah, the whole earth was flooded, and Noah lived in his generation, his family. Okay. To show you that it's imperative that you fathers, right, that you bring this law to your family. Okay, because if Noah's sons was wicked, they would have to go. But his forefathers taught him, and then he taught his children. Therefore, righteousness was passed down through generation. Everybody see that? Because he was righteous in his generation because his forefathers were righteous. Enoch was righteous. Lamech obviously taught him righteousness, right? So he can be righteous. His 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, were taught righteousness. And they were teaching righteousness to their wives, as he taught his wife righteousness. Everybody see this? This allowed them to be what? Set apart when judgment comes. Read.
19. And of every living thing of all flesh, 2 of every sort shalt thou bring into the ark, to keep them alive with thee. They shall be male and female.
Right.
Of fowls after their kind, and of cattle after their kind, of every creeping thing of the earth after his kind. 2 of every sort shall come unto thee.
Right. So why do they have to be male and female? So they can what? They gotta breed, man. The population. How do you go? If they put male and male, what happens with that? Nothing. Abomination. That's what happens. Right? That's what happens. Just an abomination. You must have females with the male. Everybody understand that? Maybe you think that maybe he was instructed from the beginning. We have a hard time with these instructions. Give me Genesis 1. Genesis 1:27.
Genesis 1 and 27.
Right?
And the powers created man in his own image.
Right?
In the image of the powers created he him.
Right?
Male and female created he them.
Male and female created he them. And what did he tell them? Read on.
And the powers blessed them and said unto them,
What did he say?
Be fruitful.
Be what?
Be fruitful.
Be fruitful. Read.
And multiply.
And multiply. Read on.
And replenish the earth.
Come on.
And subdue it.
And do what?
And subdue it.
So if they weren't fruitful and it didn't multiply, could they subdue the earth? No. They must be fruitful and multiply. They must come together. Male and female. Males are made to be with females. Everybody understand this? Females are made to be with males. All the females understand this? Wow. Let me ask you a question again. All the females understand that you are made to be with males.
Yes, I understand.
All right, hallelujah. Hallelujah. All right, hallelujah. All right, if you are a female, you ought to be with a male. You know what it means to be with a male? It means to be married, okay? To have a male. That is what the Father created you to be. All right? A lot of time in this society, our females get caught up in society's foolishness and they just worrying about, the dollar bill and this and that, everything else. Esau got their mind. You are created to be with a male as a female.
Kadash.
All right?
Kadash. We got a seat here for you in the front.
Oh, special seat?
Yeah, I got a special seat right here in the front.
Come on down.
You're too far back. Can't
Yeah.
see you.
That's it. Come on down. All right. So what? This is why when he took the animals upon the boat, he had male and female. Because male was made to be with female. Female was made to be with male. Everybody understand this? I don't think you understand it yet. I'm not convinced. Give me Corinthians. 1 Corinthians 7th chapter.
No such thing as an independent woman? Is that what you're saying?
I have not read of it. Yeah, read 7:1.
First Corinthians 7 verse 1. 1 Corinthians 7:1. Now concerning the things whereof ye wrote unto me,
All right,
it is good for a man not to touch a woman.
all right.
Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife,
Right,
and let every woman have her own husband.
right. Let everyone have their part. All right. It's not to rush into, just to touch a woman, right? Because sometimes, your hormones go before your brains, right? And you concentrate more on touching a woman than what? Than having a wife. Okay. To being joined to this woman. And vice versa, not just the men, but the women too. Yeah, they think more to be touched than to be joined to this man, to be a counterpart to a husband, right? In every aspect of their life. Why? Because woman was made to be with man, man was made to be with woman. Everybody understand that? Not convinced. 1 Corinthians 11th chapter. We're almost there. I'm almost convinced they understand. Give me 11 and verse 8.
1 Corinthians 11, verse 8. 1 Corinthians 11 and 8.
Verse 7. Sorry.
Verse 7.
Yeah.
For a man indeed ought not to cover his head,
Right?
for as much as he is the image and glory of the powers.
Right?
But the woman,
But the what?
but the woman
Read on.
is the glory of the
Do
man.
you realize that the woman is the glory of the man? What does that mean? What you said, Di? Let me ask what he said. What does that mean? Remember where we at. We're at Noah, his wife, his sons, their wives. They're the only ones that's going to live. Why are they only the ones going to live? What did the husbands do with their wives? They created a family. And they were on what? And how did they do this? How did they do this? Because the sons didn't have children yet. The husbands didn't have children yet. What did they do with these wives? Right? They were what? Somebody said it. They were taught righteousness. There you go. Brandon's in the spirit. They were taught. Therefore, the men went because they were righteous, and their wives went too because they was righteous also. Okay? They were righteous also. They didn't have children yet. No, Shem, Ham, and Yafet, they didn't have children yet. They had wives. They didn't have children. Okay? Their wives were taught of Torah. They were taught of righteousness. Noah taught his sons righteousness and his wife righteousness. So they could all get upon the ark as a family. Everybody understand that?
On.
Read on in Corinthians.
For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man.
Right. So we go from the man is not of the woman, but the woman is of the man. Mean that the woman was what? Read on, they'll tell you.
Neither was the man created for the woman,
Because the man wasn't created for woman. Read on.
but the woman for the man.
But the woman was created for the man. Man was created to serve Yah. His woman was created to what? To help him serve Yah. Everybody understand that? This is the union in the Most High God.
That's not what Me Too is saying.
Read on. For this cause,
ought the woman to have power on her head,
right?
because of the angel.
Right. Women need to have what? Their husband, their head, they're over them. This is the setup for the Most High Yah. Read.
Nevertheless, neither is the man without the woman.
That's right. The man is not without the woman.
Neither the woman without the man in Hamashiach Yahushua.
Now let's go back. Khan? All right. If you're not convinced by now, ain't nothing I can do. All right. You still got some reservations in your mind. Listen, you just need to come and get anointed. Because the scriptures speak. Right? The word is spirit. So the spirit is given unto you to do as the Father wills you to do. Right? As men, we ought to be with women. As women, you ought to be with men. Okay? This is what the Father prescribes. If you're a man of the Most High, you seek to have your woman to be a woman of the Most High. If you're a woman of the Most High, you seek to have a man of the Most High. Therefore, your children will be blessed. Done? Read. Let's go back to Genesis.
Genesis 6:19.
Uh-huh.
And of every living thing of all flesh, two of every sort shall thou bring into the ark to keep them alive with thee.
Right.
They shall be male and female,
Right.
of fowls after their kind, and of cattle after their kind, of every creeping thing of the earth after his kind.
Mm-hmm.
Two of every sort shall come unto thee to keep them alive.
Read.
And take thou unto thee of all food that is eaten.
Of all what?
All food that is eaten.
Take thou. Uh-huh.
And it shall be for food for thee and for them.
So what is it talking about? This is talking about the fruits and the vegetables and the grains and everything that was eaten. You eat it and the animals eat it. We all ate of the land. Everybody understand that? Read on.
Thus did Noah, according to all that the powers commanded him, so did he.
Come on.
7th chapter. And the Most High said unto Noah, come down and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteous before me in this generation.
Right. Thou and all that house was righteous in this generation. Noah and his whole household was righteous. Okay. So he said, come down, thou and all thy house to the ark. Read.
Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by sevens.
Wait a second. So now he already got every beast by 2. But then he, moreover, the Most High said to him, but the clean beast take by 7. Right, because the clean beast is what? Edible. It's edible. The 2 was so they what? That they would continue. Procreate. The 7 is that you also would have more abundance. For what? For eating, and also for what? For sacrifice. Because anytime we eat an animal, we didn't just eat. We would never just kill an animal and eat it. Every time we killed the animal, what? It was a sacrifice to the Most High God. And we thanked him for this animal, and then we ate. Then we received and ate of the animal. But it was sacrificed in the name of the Most High. Everybody understand that? That's why Paul is telling us not to worry about who this animal sacrifice was. Let's get that first, so we understand that sacrifice. You have to sacrifice the animal to eat the animal. All right? Or else you be trying to eat something alive. We're not Moab in here. So the only ones I know trying to eat something that's still moving. All right?
I think it's 1 Corinthians 8 and 4.
Is that it? With shambles?
Talking about shambles.
8 and 4?
Talking about things sacrificed to idols, right?
Right.
Yeah, come on.
Say it again.
1 Corinthians 8 and 4.
Let's look at 1 Corinthians 8, verse 4.
First Corinthians 8, verse 4. As concerning therefore the eating of those things that are offered in sacrifice unto idols, we know that an idol is nothing in the world, and that there is none other powers but one. For though there be that are called powers,
Right.
whether in heaven or in earth,
Right.
as there be God's many and other ones many.
Right.
But to us there is one power, the Father, of whom are all things, and we in him, and one out of one, Hamashiach Yahushua, by whom are all things, and we are by him.
Right. So we believe in only one power, Yahweh. Kan? By Hashem Yahushua. That's it. So if someone that is an unbeliever, because you go to a restaurant, you don't know what they believe in back there when they kill these animals, and they maybe they don't believe in nothing. They could be atheists or whatever the case may be. When you receive this food, you receive it by Hashem Yahushua, from the Heavenly Father Yahweh. However it was sacrificed, however it was killed, especially in the society today, they don't, these companies don't believe in nothing. Machine killer food, right? Okay? Yeah, our food will be defiled. That's right. That's why we got to call on the Father, okay, when we're receiving our food. That's why we always, like people say your grace, right? What is grace? What's another word for grace? Mercy. We need mercy when we receive this food. We asking for forgiveness because we don't know where this food came from. You know what I'm saying? Right? Had it be had we sacrifice our own foods, we would praise the Most High and pray as we sacrifice the food. Right? So you can receive it and eat it freely. Because you know this food was what? Sacrificed unto the Most High God. All you do was thank the Most High for it. But now we have to ask the Most High, listen, man, you know, have mercy on me as I receive this meat. Right? Because we don't know who, what, where this thing was sacrificed and killed. Everybody understand this? Right? Those of us that had the privilege to live in opportunities, have been in areas where you sacrificed your own food and ate your own food, you understand that, you know, you say a little, you know, thank you, how you praise the Most High, you kill the animal. And then you feed your family with that animal. Right? But you sacrifice it unto the Most High God. Okay, when the Most High returns that privilege onto us, then once a year we get to experience it. That, you know, we set up the prayer and we are able to sacrifice the Passover lamb. We know that that meat has been what? Sacrificed to Yahweh. Right? There's not no foreign. We don't know who sacrificed it. We don't know, you know, what machine killed this animal somewhere and what unlawful way they killed it, right? Because they don't even kill an animal right. There's a special way you're supposed to slaughter an animal, right? I don't know what they do. I don't know what they do with that machine. He said roadkill. He going off. You know, that's all. We ain't eat no roadkill out. All right. but you know, it could be as defiled as roadkill actually. So this is what it's talking about. Let's go back to Genesis.
They had a Moabite on YouTube. He said, man, listen, I love my people, but I will never eat from them. Because you got them, they got plastic rice, plastic lettuce, okay, dog meat. They got a process where when you think you're ordering chicken and broccoli, that thing that's actually pork that they put some kind of sauce over it, some kind of the treatment, but you eating swine's flesh. Or you eating dog or whatever. You understand? So we gotta stay away from these places. You know what I'm saying? These places they're unclean. I remember one year we kept Passover in Jamaica and they didn't have lamb, we got a goat, but they tried to give us a female because we didn't buy the whole lamb. We bought, so the brother said, listen, we want to see the testicles. So then they switched it up and we actually got a male goat. But you understand, we know it has to be a male lamb, you understand? But you know, we know Hamashiach Yahweh, he's our sacrifice, right? But we just want to make sure, you know, we have a fresh lamb, we kill it, we know where it came from. You understand? And we're doing what? We're rehearsing the righteous acts. Okay, we're rehearsing the righteous acts. So this is what we gotta come back to, because it's gonna come a time where Publix, Walmart, all these places shut down, right?
That's right.
Okay.
You have to kill every meal.
A lot of us come from the island where, you know, we used to, you know, plant our crops. Now a lot of us that came from that type of society, depending on Publix, depending on Walmart. Okay. And we got to come out of that. Because once they shut down everything, because you see on YouTube how they saying that Walmarts are actually being set up to be what? Concentration camps. Right. So right now you look at Walmart as your safe haven, your place to go for all your needs. Okay. But soon it's going to be your place of captivity. Okay. Some of you love Walmart so much, you're going to be held there. Okay. That's what's going down. You see, they got the movie Purge. They showing you what they're about to do. A lot of you watch these movies, you watch these episodes, and you laugh and you chuckle. Okay, but Esau, the other nation, they got plans for us. You know, so I was looking at Donald Trump when in the overall when they had Kanye West there, right? I mean, you can see in his face like he wanted to just come out and say the N-word, but he was just like trying to compose. He's like holding it in because like Kanye West was just playing buffoonery. He was a fool. Okay. He was a coon with a capital C. Huh.
I know it's a dumb question, but I'm gonna ask you because I'm curious.
So why you always say that?
Because I know what I'm about to ask might seem like it's
Okay, go ahead, sis.
How exactly is Walmart gonna hold us accountable?
When
Concrete
you,
walls. Lock the door.
That's not what I mean.
They got camps. They got camps spread all over the United States.
Oh, okay. You like prison? Oh, okay. I see.
we're in prison as we speak. Okay, it's on the books. We still considered property according to America. Okay, the black man is still considered 3/5 of a man. Okay, they're just waiting to take back when they say make America great again. When was America considered great? When we were slaves, when they had free labor. Okay, this is what they're talking. I don't know what Kanye West is talking about. Okay, when you want to whoop you, sit in the back. Right. Right. But the only ones that's saying that are these jakes that got a little money in their pocket. Okay. That when you read about that in Revelations, when it tells you when afar off, when the other nations see America burning, how they're going to be wailing because why? America made all these countries rich. Okay, they're going to be bawling, they're going to be crying. Like, who's going to take care? Because America's like a big brother. Okay, when you actually I bought out when I was in New York, the United Nations building is where? It's located where? In New York, right? All nations of the earth have representation except who? Except the nation of Israel, the Negroes, the Western Haitian, Puerto Rican. We don't have anybody in the United Nations talking about our plight. Even when Mandela came to America years ago, that great speech he made, he said what? I'm not here for the affairs of the black Americans. I'm here for the affairs of my people in Africa. All right. So there he made a distinction. He lets you know that, listen, we're not the same people. So a lot of us talking about, let's go back to Africa and all that stuff. Like, listen, we got to make Zion great again. Okay. America's not our rest. And we say that we waiting for the Mashiach, we waiting for Yahushua. Guess what? Yahushua is waiting for us. Because a lot of us, we have become comfortable here in America. You know, we got TVs, we got transportation, we go to, you know, we amuse ourselves with the movies and whatever we do. Okay? But we got to start drawing ourselves away from this whole circulation going on here in America, in the Western civilization. Okay? All these things. Now they have these cameras set up. You can be driving your car and you get a ticket for $150 tomorrow. You ran a red light. You can't try disputing it. So you see how much, you know, see, we constantly in a situation where that what? We're working for this beast. You working 9 to 5, 5 to 12, 12 to 8. You working over. Some people here not today because they're working overtime. Okay, because they got extra bills. Because they work on the Sabbath, so they create extra bills. Okay, so we got to get out of that. You understand? The Sabbath day is an honorable day to the Most High. Okay, he gave. What if he said, I want 6 days to myself, and I just give you 1 day? How would you like that? How would you be able to accomplish when you if you're claiming that 6 days is not enough for you? What if the Most High said, listen, give me 6 days and you just have 1 day? But we serve an all-powerful, a wise God. He said, you know what? I just need 1 day. You take 6 days for yourself. Right? We can't even do that. Right? But we got to get things together because we in the last leg of this. Okay, we're in the last leg. Okay, 2019. We see the 400. We're already in that 400 years prophecy, because you know Esau he done messed with the calendar. He changed the times and everything. We're already in that era of our salvation. But what did the Mashiach say? He said, well, I'm going to come like a thief in the night. A lot of our people are going to get caught off guard because we're too entertained. We're too entertained in America. Okay, too many distractions. We got football season, basketball, baseball, you got tennis. You got all these things that got us distracted, okay, from keeping our eye on the prize, which is what? Which is our salvation. Okay? Of Zion being great again, not America. Okay? We got to come back to that. We're back in Genesis.
Seven and two. 7 and 2.
Genesis 7 and 2. Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by sevens, the male and his female, and of two beasts that are not clean by two, the male and his female. Of fowls also of the air by sevens, the male and the female, to keep seed alive upon the face of all the earth. For yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth. And Noah did according unto all that the Most High commanded him. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of the waters was upon the earth.
Right.
And Noah went in, his sons and his wife, and his sons' wives with him into the ark, because of the waters of the flood. Of clean beasts and of beasts that are not clean, and of fowls and of everything that creepeth upon the earth. There went in 2 and 2 unto Noah into the ark, and the male and the female. And the powers had commanded Noah. And it came to pass, after 7 days, that the waters of the flood were upon the earth.
Right.
In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the second month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were open, and the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And the selfsame day entered Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth and the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his sons with them into the ark. They and every beast after his kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and every fowl after his kind, every bird of every sort. And they went into the ark, Salah, and they went in unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh,